Are you there? It's fucking
Yo, what's up, man?
no, lost you.
I can hear you, but there's like something stuck on the screen, or maybe it'll just wait to run out. There it goes.
Yeah.
Alright, but yo, what's up, man?
One
What's up,
second.
everyone in the chat?
Not much, man.
So I'm gonna watch this on Look Movie. I don't have a copy of this one, but yeah,
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
don't either.
this. Yeah, I've seen it once before, and I don't know. It seems like everybody's kind of on the same page with it. It's like people like the movie until you get to that kind of like that last like 20 minutes or so, and it just kind of, I don't know, just becomes a little bit more elaborate than what I was expecting. But I mean, I still like the movie for what it is, regardless of what's going on in the final act.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my thoughts are the same on this.
Like, I know when I
What's
first watched it, and that girl, like, she makes her way down to that basement. That's when I was like, ooh, like, it's getting a little uneasy here. Like, I don't know what the fuck's down in that basement.
all right. Yeah, I mean, like, well, I'll get into it while we're watching it, but yeah, it's definitely. I've only watched it once myself, so, but it's definitely a movie I wouldn't like rewatch all the time. Like maybe once in a while, like very rarely. I find myself wanting to watch this movie, but um, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's no, like, legit release out there since it's, is this a Hulu movie or something? I don't know who fucking released it. One of those streaming services released it, but like I know there's like bootlegs out there and stuff, so like maybe I'll grab one of those eventually. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see like somebody release it or something eventually. Yeah, Rosalia
Yeah,
said
no,
Pee Wee's
really.
Bike is in the basement. In the Alamo, in the basement.
Fucking
I fucking love that movie.
Texas
Pee Wee's
Fire,
Big Adventure. I think that's
Fireman.
the yeah, I have a copy of it here. Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Like it's growing up with this movie, like just
Oh shit.
watching like how the movie
Yeah.
opens up with all those crazy gadgets in his house. Like when I was a kid and I would watch that on TV, I would be so mesmerized and fascinated by everything going on in his house. It would be really hard to take everything in. Like eventually I'm slowing the tape down, I'm pausing it in certain scenes to get a better look at things.
Oh yeah, there's so much shit in his house.
But like I actually like I found this at a flea market like last summer, this DVD. It was still sealed, like brand new. But going back and watching it for like the first time in years was like, man, I'm really glad I saw that again. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since I was a kid. Fuck man.
Yeah, like I mean, if you enjoyed it when you were a kid, I think you could still find some value in it. Like I like going back and
Oh
watching it,
yeah.
I didn't expect to
I
have
mean,
so much fun with it when I was going back and seeing it again. Like I remember
yeah,
when I
this
was
is
a
like
kid,
my
I
style.
actually
Probably movie.
like my brother and I would watch the TV show. We actually had toys for the TV show. Like we actually had like a Pee Wee's Playhouse playset
Right on.
thing, and I even had the Pee Wee doll where you pull the string on him and he just keeps saying like all the famous lines and shit. We
Yeah,
got
every once in a
12 people
while.
in the chat.
Um, every once in a
12 people
while,
in
I'll
the
like
chat.
revisit like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 film, or like There's like shit like used to watch as like a kid in childhood. Remember
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was like a movie I used to watch all the time as a kid. But
Yeah, that's like, that's like another one. I could be like so fascinated with everything that's on the screen. And then, especially in that one with Temple of Doom, like leading up to the bridge scene when he finally chops the middle of it and it splits in half and all those Taliban guys or whatever the fuck they are, those guys fall into the river to get attacked by
turn
the
their
gator.
heads.
Yeah,
Yeah, red
I call
heads.
them Taliban. That movie's
Hey
about to be 40
James.
years old. It's Temple of Doom. I think that's going to be
Yeah,
40 years old at the end of the month, something like that.
yeah. It came out in '84. Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah, the second one. But yeah, we
Yeah,
got
most of
9 people.
Pee Wee's movie theme plays. Hey everybody.
Yeah, we got 9 people down here in the chat. What's up, Rosalia? Yeah, Rosalia's here. Sebastian, Texas is here. James Leclerc, if I'm saying that right or wrong, I apologize. Chester Franklin, what's up, Chester? Ryan's here too. Jimmy's here. James Van Dusen. Live Style Rewind, what's up, Liv? And I think that's it for now. Oh,
Just
Zodiac's here too.
Andrew,
What's up, Z?
Vince, and hey James. Hey Texas.
All right, I did say it right. Surprisingly, last names are tough.
I mean, yeah, sometimes they can be. I'm fucking horrible at saying some names, man. Sebastian says
Yeah,
P.
you
Rich and Sean, great to see you. Yeah, good that you're here, Sebastian. It's always good when you're.
just. Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm glad to be going back and watching this though. Like, I don't even like. I just know like leading up to that basement scene, it's like things get really eerie. And like, I mean, we'll wait to really get into it once we start the movie, but like, I just feel like this movie really is full of like twists and surprises throughout it. Is that-
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it on Look Movie because it's a newer movie, and for some reason, when I watch the more modern and newer stuff, it doesn't have any pauses through it. So,
Yeah, it seems like it's the older movies that
yeah, I don't know. I start,
need a
like, I
full
forget who
watch.
told me that. Somebody told me that on air, and I started paying attention to it. I'm like, yo, like, they're fucking right. Like, every time I watch an old movie, it pauses. I watch a new movie, it plays through no issue. And Brooke Scarlett's here, too. What's up, Brooke? So,
I'll be right
I
back.
think you just uploaded a review for Abigail.
What's that?
I mean, you uploaded it like 6 days ago. I see you have a review there for Abigail, but I mean, eventually I'm gonna get around to seeing that. But I guess you liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah. All right, that's good.
It's just the ending. I thought, I mean, could have been better.
Yeah.
Not the worst or anything. Just hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I see on Look Movie they have that spider movie called Sting. I don't know, like it looks interesting, but like I have such a fear for spiders. Like that's the reason why it's interesting to me. Like the things that scare me interest me the most. So that's why I'm like, I want to see that. Spiders. I fucking hate those things. Like but I don't know. I haven't heard too much about that movie Sting, but I mean, at this point, almost anything is worth watching for free online, so probably give it a watch sometime soon. Yeah, I would. Uh, Z. Yeah, you're asking if the first Omen is on there. I would assume it's on there. I mean, I'll check right now. Because Look Movie is actually pretty quick with updating the newer stuff. It seems like a movie will come out like whenever it comes out on its date, and then like not even a week later, it's on their website. But I mean, that's not guaranteed all the time. But I know like they uploaded Late Night with the Devil pretty quick actually. But the first Omen, I've been hearing like good things about that actually, which is like, because like I mean the trailer just doesn't look intriguing at all to me. It does. I don't think it's showing up. Yeah, I don't think it's on there. Let me see. I'm doing this right. Yeah, it's not showing up. I don't see any Omen movies on here actually. Try this again. Yeah, I'm not getting anything on my end when I search for it on there, so you probably gotta wait a little bit longer for that one to show up on there. Sebastian saying I can do any other horror film, never spiders. Yeah, I can relate to that, man. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I think like when I was like, aware of some poisonous spiders at a young age, that kind of just really sparked my interest to want to know more about them. But I can't like handle one of those things. Like, that would just, my God, I would have a meltdown probably. But like, you know what else? Like one of the first Spider movies that like really got to me when I was a kid was that William Shatner movie from like 1977 called The Kingdom of the Spiders. Like they actually used like real tarantulas throughout that and shit, which kind of just added to the whole atmosphere and experience of it. But yeah, that's definitely a good one. I think that one still holds up pretty well too. And it doesn't have a happy ending either, which is actually kind of rare sometimes. But then Arachnophobia came out in '93, and that kind of just ruined it even more for me with the size of that fucking queen spider at the end. Jesus Christ, that thing was like the size of a puppy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Look Movie link is pinned at the top there for Barbarian in case you guys want a direct way of getting to the site. But yeah, that'll obviously take you to the Barbarian movie there, but you can still use the search bar and then go back to it. But
Hey there.
Derek's here. Woo woo, woo riders. What's up, bro?
Yeah, just let me know when you're ready. Go there.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I got it pulled up here. I just gotta set this up properly and make sure my volume's right. But yeah, I guess if everybody is ready in the chat, if you guys are ready to join in, the link's there, and we'll get this started in a minute here. Alright, so I continue. So it looks like this movie is an hour and 42 minutes. All right, give me 1 second
Yeah,
here.
almost 2 hours.
Oh, I got enough. Yeah.
Greedy people will get you fucked. Yeah, that's true.
Leave this here. All right, I'm ready.
All right. Countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Are you using Look Movie too?
Yeah.
All right. You know, I gotta get headphones real quick.
Uh, yeah, no doubt. I heard a lot worse, but yeah, I mean, they do. You can basically get like these dolls that look like they're humans.
I mean, I'm like, with shit like that, I'm kind of scared to see what they're gonna come up with next in like the next 30 years.
No, I
Which
know,
will,
man.
at that point, I'll be like, well, I ain't got too much time left on this planet, I guess. I just gotta deal with all this bullshit coming.
I started a business through Amazon. Woo says with the pocket pussies. Do you both think this was the best movie from 2022? No.
I gotta take a
I
look back at the movies from that year, but I mean, I did enjoy this movie. It's just when you get to
yeah,
that
so did
like
I.
last half hour of it, you can just feel it loses something there. Some things kind of just
Yeah,
don't feel right, feel a bit out of place. Just like I don't know. I think probably the best way to put that is I guess the ending could have been thought out a little bit better. I don't know.
I agreed.
But
I
that's
thought
another
Black
reason why
Phone
I'm
was
glad
pretty
I'm
good.
watching this tonight. Like I can go back and kind of analyze things a little better here.
Yeah,
Uh,
I thought
But I want to look
Black
at
Phone was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Those.
I mean, for Blumhouse movies, too, like, I enjoyed that. I saw it in the theater. But it's kind of hard to say if a movie like The Black Phone is really gonna, stand the test of time and really be something that's gonna be,
I don't
have
think
like
it will.
rewatchable value to it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Terrifier 2. That would probably have been my favorite, I think, for 2022.
I mean, I know X came out that year. Everybody hated that, which I still don't understand. Like, if people hate that, that just more than likely means they're just not gonna like anything. But I mean, I enjoyed X. I
I
wasn't blown away by it, but it was enough for me, or it was good enough for me to give it a 7 out of 10. I thought, and I
yeah, I
I
thought it
like
was good.
Pearl. Like, it's if I had to pick one out of those two movies, like with Pearl and X, I would actually pick X. I like that a little bit more, but. Her was really
So do I,
fucking good
yeah.
too.
Yeah, Pearl is good. I just liked X more, better. Yeah, I thought it was a good
Yeah,
movie.
usually, like I usually hear other people say the other way around. They like Pearl a little bit more,
Yeah,
but
most
you
people
also had the
prefer
Northman.
Pearl.
Well, it's not a horror movie, but the Northman came out from Robert Eggers, the same guy who directed The Witch. That was a decent movie. I wasn't like that's another one I wasn't blown away by, but I liked it. I thought it was good enough. You also had Talk to Me, which was, it's had a good subject matter, but I just cannot believe that they really thought they were gonna pass off a transgender person and thought that none of us were gonna catch on to that. Like, like yeah, audience is so stupid they won't notice this fucking weirdo over here is not who they are.
Yeah, so this scene here where we meet Bill Skarsgård. I mean, yeah, it's kind of mixed up how she ends up there, but he already lives there. It's, and like the impression that I got from this was like maybe he like kidnaps girls and does whatever to them and maybe kills them or something.
Yeah, like I mean, like initially, I kind of thought he was like I mean, like not judging him by how he looks, but like I kind of like thought he was like a squatter for a minute there. But then, like as he starts having conversation with her and everything, things start to make more sense.
Yeah,
But like right off the bat, my first impression was like, is this dude like just squatting in a random house? Like, what's going on here? But just like taking a
yeah, I
quick
could see
look at the
that.
movies from 2022, like I mean, yeah, Bullet Train that came out, that was a fun movie.
I haven't
Um,
seen that one.
Yeah, with Brad Pitt, it's not something I would typically land on to watch, but like I thought it was a decent movie for what it was. So like yeah, I mean I'm just forgetting right now, but you had some decent movies come out that year.
I
Also, there
watched
was
a
that
lot of
movie.
movies. Yeah,
Remember that movie Fall, where the two girls climb on that pole, that fucking like storm
yeah,
tower pole or something, and they get stuck up there. Like that had
right.
some thrilling moments throughout it.
Yeah, especially if you're a person that like gets like have like a phobia over heights too, right? It's gonna make you feel uncomfortable. I find.
Yeah, I know when I was watching it, like my hands were sweating a lot when I was watching it.
Really?
Yeah, like whenever I look at certain heights, like my hands will get clammy like immediately. But there was some like certain shots throughout the movie, and when they're trying to get that book bag that drops down, it's like, oh man, like this shit looks really high up.
Okay.
And you also had Sisu. Sisu was another good one that actually Texas recommended that to me. But yeah, that was another decent one.
What is it? Sisu?
Yeah, it's
I'll look
spelled
it up.
Sisu. Like I
Okay,
can't
never
find the Blu-ray right
heard of
now,
that one.
but it's like about like this like I don't know. It's like it takes place during like World War II or whatever in like the 40s. It's like the end of the war and all the Nazis are like tucking tail and getting the hell out of there. Basically, it's like like everything's coming to an end, but there's like this badass guy from Finland, and apparently like they have no name for like a badass assassin like that. So apparently they actually call him like a Sisu or whatever. And the Nazis like end up fucking with this guy because he ends up like he's like a gold digger in a way where like he'll like he knows like I don't know him and his dog are like digging in certain areas they find gold and then the Nazis take his gold from him and after that he just like veils vengeance and like there's times where he gets hit with bullets and he's like not even phased by it like he gets hit in the shoulder with a bullet gets hit in the back he just still gets back up starts fucking people up.
Sounds good.
Jim's movie channel. What's up, Jim?
Can't hate out, but hope to come back. By the way, I really like Barbarian. Cool, man. Yeah, you're always welcome back.
Yeah, take care, Jim. Why isn't this working?
Hey, Cal,
Alright.
Cal L. Daly's here.
Hey, what's up, Cal?
Well, he's got hatchets up. Yeah.
Ashton Luck is here. What's up, Queepers? God, might have to get a T-shirt made. Might have to get some Queefer T-shirts made to keep everybody settled down.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Can you imagine that? Like going to the screen printer and having that printed out. Like I know I'd be looking at the dude like, really, Queef? Queefers? Like you want this on a T-shirt? I mean, it would be a little hard to just wear a shirt like that in public, like willingly. Like, yeah, I'm wearing the fucking Queefer shirt today, no problem. Like, I mean, it would probably start some interesting conversations.
Oh, it would for sure.
Queefing and beefing t-shirts. Z said that.
Rosalia, Queep and Cheese Hot Pocket Pussy.
Fuck.
Yeah, no worries, Jim, man. It's all good. Whenever you can make it to another stream, that's always good.
Yeah, there's just too many channels on here and only so much time in a day to like I don't like I would say on average, like I'm always on YouTube every day. That's, just it's a part of my life, perfectly fine, but like I mean, I don't know, like some days videos are popping up all over the place, some days are not as much, but I probably watch about like at least 5 videos a day. Like
Okay.
it's usually what hits me though, like, and then if I get the notification for it right away, like sometimes I don't get it, sometimes I do.
Right. Yeah, I find I
But
use
like
YouTube more than any other app or whatever.
there's something in your basement, man. You might want to check your basement, bro.
Huh, that's just my son, Aiden.
Okay. Oh god. Oh, Chester just said chicken and beef rice soup. I don't ever want to eat those two ever again now.
Chicken and queef rice soup.
Come on, you fucking people.
See this scene here, I thought he was like gonna slip or something.
Oh, and he's sitting down at the table and she's still standing up, kind of on guard, like holding
Yeah,
the chair. And yeah, they're having the
yeah,
conversation or whatever, but you can see that she's hesitant, but I can see where you're coming from with that. But like you can kind of see with him too, like he's trying to feel her out too at the same time, but she's, way more cautious and rightfully so.
yeah, exactly. Z says we'll have to start giving quiz when someone sucks instead of stars.
Yeah, so you could
Halloween 5.
get like a letter
Demons
Q
5.
emoji going on maybe. With stink lines on it or something. I just thought of an interesting title. You remember the movie Q the Winged Serpent? You ever hear that one? It's called Q the Winged Serpent. We can just switch that one out with
No.
Queef the Winged Serpent. Let me see if I can pull that one out real quick. It's like gee, that's a ridiculous movie, but I know it's got Michael Moriarty in it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got Candy Clark, Michael Moriarty, David Carradine, and Richard Ramsey in it. But this is it's strange because this is a Larry Cohen movie, but man, is it far from good. This movie, Q the Winged
Okay,
Serpent.
yeah. I never watched it, but yeah, I've seen that cover
It's worth.
plenty of times.
I mean, like I know, like you're a fan of like most like cult and genre films. I'm pretty sure you won't like this movie, but I think you will enjoy a one-time watch of it.
Hmm.
Well, I'm just like thinking, like I was like, what movie start with a Q? And that's like came to mind, like Q the Winged Serpent, Queef the Winged Serpent.
Classic cover, yeah. I remember always seeing it in the movie or in the movie
But,
store, yeah.
like, I know I'm like a little fuzzy on the story, but it's like a stop motion claymation style, like dragon that's like just like roaming around New York City and like flying on from skyscraper to skyscraper. And then like the police are like trying to like like cover it up. They're trying to like keep it all under wraps until finally everybody sees it in the sky.
Gotta love those
Uh,
movies.
yeah, like I would. That's
Like
the best way to like I guess give an opinion on this. It's far from good, but it's still entertaining to watch.
alright, yeah, I'll give it a I'll give it a go for sure.
Like that's something I
Texas
would
says it's
watch.
good but kind of dull.
Yeah, yeah, it's got its moments. Like like I really like Michael Moriarty as a character. He's good at coming in with movies like that and having some kind of like comic relief, like just the shit that he brings. Especially like like seeing him in Troll. You remember he's the father in
Oh yeah,
Troll. Remember when he puts on his rock
yeah,
music and starts dancing around and shit? It's like just, when he does shit like that in a movie, it's good comic relief.
yeah. I remember Troll. That was a good one. Like not really. It was like one of those movies that was like bad but good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember
The first two Trolls, man.
my grandfather bought me that movie and Goonies.
Wow.
One time, he just like he's like, I got you a couple movies I bought for you. I was like, oh yeah, what's that? He like shows me. I was like, I don't know how old I was, like probably 7 or 8.
Yeah. Zodiac said, the queefs. Fuck.
They
Angels in the
pretend
queef
to see it
fields.
in the sky. Yeah. They pretend to see it in the sky. Yeah, they would. It would happen. Green screen in the back. It's clay motion, you said, so it probably looked like a lot like what, like Godzilla or like what are those types of movies? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just know, like, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't even know what to make of this movie. I just know it's Larry Cohen. There's a fucking dragon on the top of the Empire State Building, and it's called Q the Winged Serpent. I was like, well, just gotta give it a watch. And I just remember watching and being like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, but it was still entertaining, though.
Yeah.
So now, like, these two characters have, I guess, broken the awkward ice, and, she seems more
Yeah.
trustworthy of them now.
More open, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna like, I don't want to spoil it or not, but like, I actually kind of forget right now what it is that draws her to the basement. But we'll wait till we get to that moment. 'Cause I see she's waking up in the middle of the night right now, and I think like she notices her door's open or something. I guess it would help for me to turn up the
Yeah.
light here.
She hears a
Yeah.
noise too.
The whole like, I didn't realize it till now. The light on my tablet was completely down. I'm like, I can't see shit. Like, I just turned it off.
This scene's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Little to no light.
I forgot. Justin Long's in this, right?
Yeah.
Jeepers
He's
Creepers.
such a douche.
Yeah.
I just mean like his character
Oh.
in this movie. I liked the bit Drag Me to Hell. That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. The way he wakes up like that, like he's
I know.
terrified.
What the fuck? What in the fuck? So, do you know what this girl has been in before? This main
Yeah.
actress.
See, I don't know her name like that, but I'm gonna look. I gotta look it up because I know she's been in something else. I just can't, you know, remember right now. I'm gonna look it up in a minute here. Though, I'll get her name.
Sure, people in the chat probably know that.
I know there's probably already a million answers in the chat, which is always appreciated. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So yeah, you left a note there as she wakes up, saying that he had to run or whatever.
hey, look at the neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
She didn't notice it before because it was dark. Like she came at night.
Yeah, they also do a good job with like making sure that the only lit house at that time was like the house that she's at, and everything else is just pitch black.
Yeah, a lot of abandoned houses and like crack houses. She's in the slums.
It's still odd though that like the house that she's at is like in mint condition, and then everything else is just complete trash.
Yeah, and
Just
Justin
doesn't work
Long,
that way.
he owns that property, that house.
So her name is Georgina Alice Campbell. She's from England.
Yeah.
So she
Oh,
was
she.
also all right. She doesn't have that many credits to her name, but
I
she
didn't think
did the
so.
Ministry of Stories of Anthology of Horror. She did King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Wildcat, Blank Shores, All My Friends Hate Me, Barbarian, Bird Box Barcelona, Lovely Dark and Deep, and then she's got a movie coming out called The Watchers,
Oh, okay.
which is supposed
Yeah,
to
I
be an
think.
M. Night Shyamalan movie. Or no,
Yeah, I think Derek was mentioning that movie, The Watchers. Yeah,
or this is
seems
somebody
interesting.
related to it. It's somebody related to M. Night. Is Shauna Night Shyamalan? I guess that's like his daughter or something. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Lizzo, my Bizzo.
So, like, with all the time that she's spending at
Got
this
this
house,
now.
it seems like she doesn't have much communication with anyone for anyone to know that she's there, besides the guy that she was there with.
Yeah, the people she's working with, girl she was just talking to. Lizzo Hut. There's this ghost that keeps running behind P. Rich. Yeah, it's Casper. Casper the friendly ghost. That's his daughter's movie, Texas Says.
Oh, it's like
Oh,
random
good
crackhead. I
day.
forgot about this part. This crackhead's like, "Hey, you come here!" Starts yelling at him, bucking it at the house and shit.
Yeah.
This like
Maybe he was trying to
random
warn her.
vagrant. I guess he wanted to tell her like, "This is my goddamn neighborhood. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I think so. Or was he trying to warn her about like the house or something? I forget. Maybe it was.
I mean,
Just.
if he is, he's doing a bad job at it. You don't run up on
Hmm.
somebody. Hey, I gotta warn you about something, even though it sounds like I'm about to kill you.
Yeah, Chester. Yeah, he was in Jeepers Creepers and Free and Die Hard. I, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that movie whatsoever.
Yeah, Sebastian's saying there's a M. Night Shyamalan movie called Trap. I'm not familiar with that one. I think the last M. Night movie I watched was old and I did not like it at all, but
I
the
didn't
last thing I
either. I shut
really
it
liked
off
from
halfway
him
through.
was, I think the last thing I really liked from him was Split. Like, that was like the last movie I really liked, and that was about it.
That was a decent movie. I like that movie. Not so
Yeah, but
much
like,
Glass, but Split was good.
I didn't like Glass at all. Actually, I had trouble finishing
I
it. There
didn't
was so
either.
many times where I was like, I want to turn this the fuck off right now. Like,
Yeah, right. And same with Old. Yeah, I remember
oh
watching it. I was
wait,
halfway through. I was like, "Fuck this."
yeah, I forgot. The last movie I saw of his was Knock at the Cabin, and I fucking hated that. That was just. I mean, I know some people liked it, but I just could not get into that, man.
uh,
And especially for a movie that's
See, I'm
like,
not the biggest fan of his movies.
yeah, his movies for me are really hit or miss, but that Knock at the Cabin, like, 85% of that movie was inside of a cabin. Like, can you guys do something with this if you're going to be inside the cabin the whole movie? Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, see, Justin Long was in Wade, and that movie's hilarious. I love that movie. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think that
Ryan
came out in like
Reynolds and
'05 or something.
Dane Cook and like that game they play is fucking hilarious. Where they show their fucking nuts all the time.
Alright, so she's in the basement now. She finds that rope that's like coming through like a random
Yeah,
hole in the cement wall there.
that secret room. Yeah, where it leads to.
Yeah, so this is ultimately, it's that the walls
The
opening up
mystery.
now to show that there's like a passageway, like a doorway, but this is like ultimately what gets her going and curious about what's down there and shit.
Yeah, see, like the first time watching this movie, I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh damn, like oh this is getting good. Like it's
That's
setting
kind of
up
how
for
I
it to
felt
be good.
about it. That's
Yeah,
kind of how I felt about it. I was like, "Ooh, a dark basement," Ooh, here we go.
like, because she finds a room where it's like where people have been tied up and there's a video camera, isn't there, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I think there is a video camera, or maybe two. It might be a couple of them down there. But
Yeah,
all I know is,
so
like, if I was in her
uh,
situation, I would not walk down a dark basement without light, without somebody else. Just want to do it.
I know. See,
Just
like,
there's nothing
uh,
down there it's drawing me down there. I'd be like, nah, I'll go down with somebody else maybe. Not going down by myself.
no, fuck that. Uh, but yeah, see, and then I start thinking like maybe Bill Skarsgård is the one who's like kidnapping these girls and doing this fucked up torture, rape shit to them. It's sort of like that Nick Cage movie, 8 millimeter or something like that. I was like, is
Yeah,
it
I
gonna
haven't
go
seen
this?
that one in
Is it gonna go
forever.
this route?
Yeah. No, you're right about that because he's kind of disappeared from the movie. He she woke up the next day to
Yeah,
find a note from him. So it's like, where the fuck's he at? And now she discovers the basement without him being there.
yeah,
But yeah, that's another thing, man. I think as soon as I found that room with the light and there's a camera in there, I'd be like, all right, it's time to get out of here.
yeah. Just Alone is always in great horror movies. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, I find he's like better in horror movies than other films.
He's really good at delivering dialogue. Like he's actually like he can talk pretty quick sometimes too. But like, you can understand him and everything. But you know what he was actually really good in? I forget what season number it is. I think it was he's in the Creep Show series on Shudder.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in an episode. Like describing it might spoil it, but he's in a really cool Creep Show episode on the Shudder series. I think it's from season 2. But like he finds a way
Okay.
to develop a machine that kind of looks like a tanning bed, and when you're in it, it allows you to be immersed into a movie scene in real life. And you could be like talking to the actors in the movie. He finds a way to create this device to allow you to be like involved in movies or whatever. But like I think like he ends up jumping in Horror Express, and then he jumps in like Night of the Living Dead, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm in the movie! It's all in black and white." Like he's in black and white and everything. Like, but I just thought it was
Okay.
pretty cool if they were able
Sounds
to do it
cool.
that episode.
Yeah, I think I've only ever watched one episode of that show. That's one that I'd like to watch. I never had. I had Shutter one time, and then I didn't have it for very long. So it's
Yeah, it's
definitely a
available on
show
Look
I'd like to
Movie.
watch.
I think all four
Okay.
seasons are available on Look Movie, but I can say that the first 2 seasons are, the best ones. Really, like third season kind of starts to fall off. The fourth season's not even watchable.
So he wants to go see the what's in that secret room.
Yeah,
He showed back up.
I just think it's funny. Like they're so interested with what's down there when technically they have no business being down there.
No, fuck.
I mean, I guess it's hard to say if I'd be, doing the same shit they're doing, but I just think, if I was by myself too and I'm seeing dark rooms with cameras in, I'd be like, it's time to get the fuck out of here.
Right. Oh, for sure.
I have my cell phone like ready to dial 911. Like, I don't even think I'd be able to like sleep easy in that house, even like being upstairs, like after seeing what's down there already.
Yeah, I'd be out of there. I'd be getting like a motel or sleeping in my car or something.
All right, so now I see because, like, he went back down there and he asked her to stick around in case he gets stuck down there or whatever. So this is like, what drags her back down there and shit. Which, I guess you could say, yeah, she has the right idea of not going back down there until, he says, can you at least stay here until I, make sure that the door doesn't get shut behind me or whatever. Yeah, she's definitely not thrilled or excited about being down there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, that's definitely I wouldn't be buying any of that shit either. Supporting that guy, Victor, whatever the fuck his name is.
Victor Salva. People act like the guy fucking like caused 9/11 or something.
No, but
I mean, yeah, the guy's obviously a scumbag, but like, you know, you know how many of them there is in the world, you know?
yeah, yeah, he played in both hit movies. That's right, Chester. Yeah, I thought he was good, but I just always preferred Tim Curry over him. That's all.
Yeah,
It's gonna be, I don't know. It, it,
like,
I think he'll do like a good job playing the Crow. It's just they should not make it like a direct remake for that movie. You shouldn't. They shouldn't have done that. But anyway,
yeah, that's tough to say, man. Like, I don't like the look of everything right now, but I can't shit
I
on it
know.
until I see it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, just the look of it though, like I'm not excited. Like I'm not like, yeah, new Crow movie's coming out. I'm more like, fuck, new Crow movie's coming out.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I'm like, oh fuck this. Yeah, I'm
But
not
now
excited.
you could really hear the fear in her voice now. She's only at the top of the steps, but I'd still be like, nah, fuck you, Keith. I'm out of here, man. Every time he makes it out, he transcends. Now, do you think they could do another movie with this? Like maybe a prequel to wherever that thing in the basement originally came from, maybe? Like,
Well, they do show you in this.
yeah, but I just feel like
I mean,
you might
if you
get
want to
like the
make like
actual
an
origins of
adaptation,
it, or I mean, I could see them. I
could.
don't know, in a couple of years, like Barbarians, who, you know, Barbarian too. And this time, the next person that goes in the basement, they end up in Jabba's palace from Star Wars. They go down the steps and oh shit, I'm in Jabba's palace.
And the what do you call it? The fucking Rancor.
Yeah, it's like a rancor and shit down there.
Rancor there.
I mean, you see how she just opened up that little like gate right there that was like blocking the walkway? Like, all right, if there's a fucking gate there, it's probably there for a reason, you know?
Right?
Probably
No,
shouldn't
let's
be
just go
walking
through it
beyond that.
anyways.
Yeah, then there's a bunch of like animal cages and shit. It's like, yo, and these are big enough to fit humans in there and shit. And she's getting all
Yeah,
freaked out.
like that just shows you what type of person she like is. Like she's a very kind person. Like she'll
Right.
help anybody out. Like you know.
Yeah, she's concerned.
Yeah. And then she makes like the same mistake again. I won't get into that till we're at the end of the movie, but I'll get
And then
some
yeah, now she
roundhouse.
finds Keith like crawling on the floor. But he keeps telling her like, no, we gotta go this way, and obviously the exit's the other way. She no, we gotta go this way.
He still wants to go. Yeah, Jesus.
Oh man, yeah, I'd be running. They're like, you can eat Keith. I'm out of here. Eat that guy. I gotta go.
Yeah, that was a good scene. I liked that. That was good.
Yeah, dude, I know the first time
Definitely
I
good.
saw that scene, like my eyes were like peeled open. I'm like, like what the fuck just happened? And now we get introduced to Justin Long's character.
Yeah. There's there's like the old lady from The Shine in there with the fucking saggy tips.
What if they like took this movie in a direction and they had Arnold Schwarzenegger in the basement as Conan the Barbarian? He's in the basement with a giant sword. I fucking see that thing.
Crumb.
Let's
He
get
doesn't
out of
have
here.
much
Let's
dialogue
get
in
to
that
the
movie.
chopper. We have to get to the chopper before that thing gets us.
Your enemy,
Oh,
crush your enemy, or something like
yeah.
that. Oh, I forget.
I
But yeah,
forget
he
the
doesn't have
quote.
much dialogue in it. He says crumb a lot in that movie. So crumb. It's a good
There's
movie
like a
though. I
giant
always
showdown at the end, Barbarian versus Conan.
that'd be epic. Fashion. I don't know most physical, though mostly digital. I have all of Friday 13th on Blu-ray, though. Yeah, I don't have like much either. I have to get around to get more. Yes, it's um, Best Buy like doesn't sell it anymore. So good thing Toys R Us got HMV there. So I checked it out there a week ago, and they have a lot of good shit there.
Wait, you're saying in your area there's an HMV inside the Toys R Us?
Yeah,
Wow, that's weird.
it was because my son he always wants to go there, so we went there one day and I saw a poster up saying HMV now in Toys R Us. I was like, really? What the fuck? I thought they got rid of all those music stores and whatnot, but anyways, I was like, cool, all right. So we went in and I checked it out, and I was like, damn, man, they got a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, I'm pretty
They
sure
have
we
like
don't
all
have.
these great vinyl records too.
Yeah, I don't think we have HMV where I'm at. Like, I don't think we. Like, I'm pretty sure there's still HMV stores in the United States, but it seems like that is more of like a Canadian thing at this point. And I'm also basing that
Oh,
on like there is a couple other channels I see on YouTube sometimes where they're from Canada and like they do walkthroughs of the HMV store. They always got just everything that you're probably looking for pretty much. But
mm, right.
yeah, like there's not many stores left to buy stuff like that, records and movies and stuff in my area.
No, even here they got like rid of all like Walmart, and I was like, man, they never have like anything on Walmart. Just like these like bins where you have to like fucking jump in and see what movies, and it's mostly just DVDs.
Yeah,
They do
the
have like
$5.
Blu-rays, but
I like to call it the
they're
$5
massive.
sin bin. The sin
Yeah,
bin is what I
yeah.
like to call it. But we don't
Instead
even
of like
have
a
those
dumpster
anymore.
dive, it's like DVD dive.
Yeah, we don't even have those anymore. Like all my Walmarts got rid of the bins. Like they don't even have those
Oh, really?
discounted bins anymore.
Oh, damn. But companies are starting to pull digital movies. The game's so physical is safer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Justin played a good scumbag in this. Yeah.
Yeah, Chester's saying, anyone seen the State Farm commercial and Arnold Schwarzenegger when he says neighbor? Like, honestly, I'm kind of tired of seeing it. It gets played a lot. Like, every time I'm watching regular TV, it's that commercial's on the TV. I'm getting tired of it.
What is it? A
It's
commercial
like,
with Arnie?
he's saying, like, the State Farm thing. He's like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And they're like, no, it's neighbor. He's like, that's what I said, neighbor. Like,
Uh,
I mean, it's
yeah,
funny when you
those
see
weird
it, but
advertisements.
after like 155 times of seeing it, it's like, okay, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah. Crush thy enemies. Yeah. And
Rush
Pony the
Diana.
Bear. Where is the Turbo Man? I got a Tuma. Or it's like, it's not a Tuma.
Rosalia's got a good name for the sim bin, the germ filled bins. Yeah, right? God knows what's fucking lurking
Oh,
in there.
yeah, I don't like going to that store because of that reason. Fuck it. Not just like
I mean,
that,
like,
like touching a shopping cart or anything.
I know, man. Yeah. People like they always worry about like what gets on their hands. Like, it seems like people need to worry more like what gets stuck under your fingernails and just stays there. I don't know.
Fuck.
It don't matter what you do, you could be the cleanest person in the world, you still got shit all over you from somebody or something.
Yeah, it's always good to have like hand sanitizer with you, like in your car or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess especially if you're an alcoholic too, it's good to have it.
Yeah,
Apparently,
take a shot.
apparently alcoholics, like, when they're in the hospital and shit and they can't get the alcohol, they're fucking
Yeah.
ripping the hand sanitizer off the wall and squeezing it down their throat.
Man, when I was working at the hospital, yeah, there were so many people that would steal the hand sanitizer and drink it.
Yeah. I think it's like some hospitals, it's probably gotten to the point where, you gotta ask for the shit. There's no more pumping the shit on the wall anymore. You gotta actually ask for it. Imagine going to the bar and be like, "Can I have a beer and a shot of hand sanitizer? You guys got hand sanitizer back there? You pour it in my beer." Oh God, that's gotta burn.
Or they drink Lysol too. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, see, I mean,
The
man, like I feel like
Windex.
like that. Another thing is like that withdrawal is what's making somebody do that. Like the withdrawal got so
It is,
bad,
yeah.
and apparently, like when you're addicted to alcohol, you get the shakes. So I can only imagine,
Yeah,
the
ETs.
just that willpower to be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just degrade myself and drink the hand sanitizer just to get relief. You're not even getting fucked up. You just want to get relief. You want to get rid of that withdrawal. And just man, that sucks.
Yeah. Jones and Jones.
It's not a queefer. I would love to see Arnold Schwarzenegger say queefer. It's not a queefer.
Yeah. Queef Mart, the new Kmart. Yeah. You think he would be up for another Predator? No, I don't.
Too late for that, man. He's getting old now too, man. Schwarzenegger getting old. But if they like, I don't know, I could see them doing a new Predator and having The Rock in it or something. Someone fucking stupid and annoying like that. Have the fucking Rock in a Predator movie. But the last Predator movie, in my opinion, that shit was dog fucking shit, man. The 2018 movie, The Predator, I fucking hated that shit. Now, see, I actually enjoyed Prey. I wasn't blown away by it, but it held my attention and it did something different. But also, I feel like Predator movies work best when you have that kind of jungle setting or a wooded setting like that, where you're out in the woods and the camouflage is effective, which is another reason why I really enjoy the 2010 film Predators. In a way, it kind of goes back to its roots while doing its own thing. But like, I know a lot of people like Predator too. I like the movie for what it is, but taking the Predator to the city in the second movie is like, what the fuck, man? Like, oh, looks like it's just me now. Right? Shit. So I'm sure P will be back here in a minute, but I have to walk away from here for. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger only did the original '87 movie, the first Predator. Like, I don't know the whole story on if he was like offered to come back for the second one, but I don't know, man. That second movie's just, actually the opening of the second movie is like really intense with that shootout with like the Hispanic gang or whatever. Like that action sequence is done very well. But like, there's plenty of other good things about Predator too. But me personally, I think it's one of the weakest ones in the franchise, and it's mostly has to do with taking the damn Predator to the city so early in the franchise. Apparently, I bought an elephant. Yeah, I see. I can't pull up the comments here. I had to buy an elephant. I want to see Schwarzenegger say that now. Elephant. I said elephant. See, I'm really bad at doing accents. I don't even have an accent myself. Like some people are like from like certain cities, they have like a New York accent or whatever, like a Southern accent. I had nothing. Yeah, all right. So yeah, Jimmy said he just watched the Crow trailer, which is, not excited for it, but we'll see. Yeah, Friday we're gonna be watching American Psycho on my channel, but instead of the usual 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna have to push it back an hour because I'm going to a baseball game on Friday, and I don't think I'm gonna be home in time to get started at 10 o'clock. So we're gonna start that at 11 o'clock. I should be, have enough time to do that, like, walk in the door and get set up. But yeah, we'll do American Psycho on Friday, and then the next day on Saturday, we're gonna be doing a watch party on Texas's channel for the 45th anniversary for the 1979 film Over the Edge. So that is what's coming up on my channel and Texas's channel this weekend. Like Zodiac saying you got a thick East Coast accent. Like I don't know. I never notice it, and I always get like the people that like aren't from like where I'm from. They're like, "You sure you're from Philadelphia? Like you have no accent." I'm like, "I know, right? I had no accent, right? Like you noticed that." Like, but I mean, maybe I do. I just don't really notice it. I just know sometimes I can't stand the sound of my own voice, which is like pretty natural for most people. And now this is where AJ's getting ready to go down in the basement now. Justin Long, he's got a flashlight and a fucking knife. He's like, "Get ready, bitch. Get ready to get fucked." Yeah, it's real tough, man. Yeah, I could see that, Rosalie. Rosalie is saying you look a little bit like Bill Burr. Yeah, I could see a little bit of that. Yeah. Sebastian saying, "Rosie, I'm setting up my electrotherapy appointment. Hope you survive that. Hope nothing tragic happens with that." So now the door leading down to the deeper basement is actually closed right now. It's like hard to see the outline of it. It's all like enclosed and into the wall now. And now he finds the rope, and now the door is starting to open up and shit. This is the beginning of all of his problems now. Um, Yeah, Z, like I know like most people from Philly, like when they have like a bit of an accent going, it's mostly similar to like people from New York. It's not far off from that, but I don't know, I just don't really have a like I guess I do have like an East Coast accent, but I don't know. I know other people that have like the obvious accent, and I don't know, it just never rubbed off on me. Like, I also know that I sound different in my videos compared to when I'm going live, and I think the reason for that is because, like, when I'm recording a video, technically I'm talking to myself. It's not like I'm directly talking to somebody. I'm recording what I'm saying, so I just sound different when I'm doing that, technically talking to myself. But when I go live, it's more natural. Like, I don't know, I do sound a little different in my videos compared to going live, and it's not done on purpose. It's just how it is when I gotta record myself talking to myself, I guess you could say. Yeah, I don't really travel. I don't travel much either, Sebastian. Like, I just, even like taking like a 2 hour like short trip is like, fuck, I'm ready to go home. Like, I don't know. I just don't even like the idea of traveling anymore. So now he's measuring the dimensions in this first room with the camera. I forgot about this. So he's adding up all the dimensions here to find like a hidden room or something. I kind of forget. Yeah. So now he's starting to see that there's actually more room. So then he's gonna go start from the top of the steps now and go back down to the basement. Sebastian's saying he's traveling to New Jersey for a friend's graduation soon, so maybe I'll hear some wild accents. That's hard to say. Like, I know I don't live too far from Jersey. Like, it only takes me about 15 minutes to get over the bridge. That's how close I am to Jersey. Like, South Jersey. I mean, like, hopefully P can come back to end this stream, because I know I can't end it. It'll just keep going until he ends it, I think. Queef spotting. That's a good one. Queef spot. Train spot. Train spotting's like, that's like one of my favorite 90s movies, though. I love that fucking movie. But, like, I mean, I would say overall, like, I am a fan of Danny Boyle's films. I think, like, him as a filmmaker is a very good filmmaker. Just seems like he's very underappreciated, though. Ah, so now he actually finds a room that actually like has like real shit in there. For some reason he's on the random pink TV in the room's got a fucking breastfeeding tutorial playing on the TV. Now he knows he's not alone down there. And something just pulled his measuring tape back up the steps, and should have never went down there, buddy. Yeah, I honestly I remember Jimmy's mentioning 28 Days Later. I remember seeing that in the theater, just being completely blown away by it. But it seems like a lot of people like to think that 28 Days Later actually has zombies in it. There's not one zombie in that movie. Like the people that are infected in that movie are infected with a rage virus. And if you actually listen to the dialogue throughout it, they explain that. But I just don't know where people get off with like, I don't like the fast zombies in it. Like they're not even zombies. What are you talking about? Like I actually liked the next movie too, 28 Weeks Later. Like I thought that was decent too. Ah, there she is now. So now we're getting like this flashback scene or something to when the neighborhood used to look nice, I guess. It's like the neighborhood used to look like the neighborhood in like Edward Scissorhands. It looks like like everything's all perfect. Yeah, Sebastian. About 28 years later. I mean, that's been talked about for quite a while. I mean, I'm kind of interested in the idea, but that's been talked about for so long now. I'm like, kind of like, all right, let's get it done already. Let's stop talking about it. Like, I don't think it's too late to do a third 28 Days Later movie. All right, what's up, man?
Yeah, my internet crashed, dude. So
Yeah,
I thought
it's
I had
all
to
good.
start a whole new stream.
No, it's all good, man.
Oh, yeah, so
But we're up at the scene now where, like, when we finally get to see, like, the neighborhood, like, before it went to shit, I guess. Which I guess this has got to be like a flashback scene or something.
okay.
Yeah, Rosalie. It's gonna take 28 years to finish the movie 28 years later. On purpose.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. It's going fucking wrong. Shit.
Like they'll actually end up giving us a release date for 28 years later. Like they'll say like September 28th, 28 years from now.
Okay, I had to pause the movie. I'm just at this scene where
If you need a stamp, just let me know, I guess. Or do you want me to pause it too?
I'm at an hour and 8 minutes. Where are you at?
I'm at 108:45.
Okay, so yeah,
So
same.
we're in the same. Yeah, we're in the same area. So all right, this movie does take place in Detroit, which I guess like I mean, I've never been to Detroit, but apparently there is some rundown, fucked up neighborhoods in Detroit, and like I guess it kind of relates to how like you see the neighborhood all fucked up at one point. Where's RoboCop at? If this is in Detroit, where's he at? Man, got to clean up the fucking neighborhood, man.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
But you can also see that, like, with this flashback scene here, like, this is like, with like the way, like, you see the cars driving by, like, it looks like this is in the 70s or the 80s right now in this scene. Like, you can see the old style cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Your name isn't fucking Carlos, bro. You're white. Some guy knocked on my door with a fucking suit on, and he was white, and he has a name tag, Carlos. I'd be like, all right, dude, get the fuck out of here. Your name isn't fucking Carlos, bro. Jimmy said, best thing about Detroit is it's close to Canada.
I'll be right back.
All right. Sebastian's born in Michigan, but I don't remember anything. I grew up in Florida. Yeah, Florida will do that to you, right? All right. So like this with this like flashback scene, I guess it starts to show like how like people are like slowly moving out of the neighborhood, even though everything does look like picture perfect where they live. They put crack in your coffee, and when you drank it, it numbed your mouth out. That's why you can't taste anything anymore. You're like got like permanent like lidocaine damage. Hashtag crack life, Ryan. Oh, what's this article? It's not really a fucking deal, man. Oh no. Oh man. This is where like this giant creature baby thing's trying to feed them now with the bottle. Oh my god. I'd be like, ugh. I think I'd rather die. Stone me to death before I drink that. Like I would imagine that this thing in the basement is probably got to be related to the same creature from the movie Wreck, Record, the quarantine movie. It's like I feel like it might be related to the same creature. Apparently, Amazon had a deal today on their site. A big fucking deal here. Buy three 4Ks for $33. It's not really a big deal. Like you guys always have these fucking sales, but no, just today though. You can get three of them for $33. Like, it's not fucking. Shut the fuck up. It's not even a big deal. Oh man, you hear that thing's like, baby. Ma, 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 ma. Yeah, I mean, that is still cheap, but at the same time, it's like like they always have these deals. It's just weird that like, oh, today, hey, look over here, we're doing the same shit we do all the time. Jimmy dates that bitch. Oh god. I mean, I don't know. I think AJ should be watching the breastfeeding tutorial. He might be able to learn something. Texas said dated, not dates, but Jimmy did date her. He got the fuck out. Oh, they're like stuck in this pit next to the cages. Surprised the creature hasn't taken their flashlights. Damn, she is just manhandling the shit out of him right now. Oh my god. You were gonna suck on my titty and you're gonna like it. Watch the TV and suck my titty right now. Suck the teat. It's like the only thing we're missing in this moment is like Hannibal Lecter, I guess. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh god. She's forcing the shit out of the fucking, feed from the teat. Uh-oh. Someone stepped on the measuring tape. Better get the fuck out of there. Baby. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot I really forgot about this movie, and I definitely forgot that scene, forcing AJ to feed from the teat. Oh man, that's even creepy too. She just got out of that basement window, and the fucking creature's like hanging out of the window too. Just that visual is creepy, man. It's like the only time we get to see this thing in any kind of daylight. So, and this random crackhead guy. The crackhead's the only smart one. She's being a little stupid right now with the we need to help him. She's gonna kill him. Like, oh, no shit, but yeah, this bum guy's like, he knows what's going on. Yeah, he knows what's going on with this shit in the basement. Probably hangs out with that creature on the weekends when he's high as shit on whatever fucking skag crack rock he's smoking. Creature bitch, I can only hang out with you when I'm smoking crack. Ain't that crazy? Tyrone Biggum shows up. That's the only thing we're missing here is Dave Chappelle as Tyrone Biggums. Homemade pie. Fuck you, teacher, bitch. I missed that show, man. Dave Chappelle, the Chappelle show. That shit was so good. Oh, queef made pies. Fuck. Imagine what the logo would look on that package. Oh no. It's emerging from the darkness. Yeah, this thing's definitely related to that creature in the fucking wreck movies, It's gotta be. It's crazy that she's having a hard time getting help, though. Oh man, so like he just walked in another room and apparently like he's like holding his nose. Like apparently it smells so bad in there. Sebastian with the queefy cuisines with Chester. I'd watch. I'd watch with confidence. It's gotta make me a better cook. So now I guess this is where we see the fucking whatever surrogate father here, whatever the fuck he is, father of the year. He's a lot older now and like bedridden. Damn, the cops showed up and like they see that she's all like raggedy looking, she's all dirty and everything. They're looking at her like she's like a typical crackhead on the street. She's like, I am not a crackhead. Like that sucks. Like she actually has to say that. Yeah, see, AJ, he don't understand the situation. He thinks this old guy in the bed needs help and shit. He's like, hey man, we're gonna get you out of here. He's like, this fucking thing is gonna pay for what it did. Man, AJ doesn't understand the gravity of his situation right now. Lean Coiffine, Leaf Coiffine, fat-free dinners. Oh god. As soon as you open up the lean cuisine fucking dinners, you fucking pass out immediately, and then you wake up and you're like, "What the fuck happened?" Fucking opened the box and I caught a fucking whiff of something and I just passed out. Yeah, those dinners will do it to you. Could have like instead of Elio's pizza, we have Queefio's Queefio's pizza. Could have like queef bites instead of like bagel bites. Queef bites. Queefs in the morning, queefs in the evening, queefs at supper time. When queef is on the bagel, you can have queefers anytime. Damn. This is the only reason why why P Rich is asks me on the panel in case he gets knocked off. I can keep the stream going. That would be fucking nuts if that was like the only reason why he wants me here. No, well, he keeps showing up. Aquafina, oh man. It works better as a spelling than actually saying it though. Aquafina, Aquifina. Queef biscuits, fuck. Ashton, queef biscuits. I'm sure you're talented at reading out the queef comments. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I always feel like it's important to like when you see a comment, you got to read it to yourself first before you read it out loud. Like so I see sometimes people just read shit and it's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be reading that out loud right now. But then again, people are gonna say that shit. Guess you gotta say it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, P's having internet issues right now, so I mean, it's perfectly fine, but that'd be fucking crazy though. He's like, yeah, that's the only reason why I have Sean here in case I fall out. He can keep it going. Well, that really sucks that, she went out of her way to go get in touch with the police and everything, and they're just like, we're lucky we don't take you down to the fucking jail to let you sleep this off. Like, oh man. So, that's the extent of going to get help from the police in this movie, so that she realizes that she just cannot go get help from the police, but now this fucking creature has left the house, and now she just hit her with the Jeep Cherokee. The fucking creature's on the hood of the car. Of course, there's nobody left in the neighborhood to witness this. Oh god. Yeah, apparently, queef fumes are getting in the way of P's internet service. Queef fumes. Lizzo's queef versus Godzilla's roar. Oh God. Like I don't know, man. I feel like if I was in her position with going back into the basement, even though she just like ran that thing over outside, I would still be thinking like, yeah, there might be more of these things down here. You're like, I gotta stay out of here. No, now the fucking creature got off of the hood of the car after getting hit. Is it being picked up from my headphones? I think it is. Either that or P's back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I was like, why? Like all of a sudden, like I could hear the movie, and I was like, is that really picking up my headphones? But we're almost through this, though. We're at the hour 30-minute mark, so we got about like 13 minutes left here.
Yeah.
Which is like, it
Sorry
pretty
about
much
that,
is
man.
like, I guess you could say it is like from here on, where it's like, what the fuck? You serious, guys? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and the bum guy, his character is necessary to help these two idiots understand and know more what's going on.
Yeah, he knows what's going
Clover Queef.
on. Grief call.
Imagine like you take like the storyline for the mist. You get rid of all the creatures and you have nothing but queefs killing people. And you have that one guy running down the street. There's something in the queef. There's something in the queef. Get inside, lock the doors. There's something in the queef. See, I don't even understand how like AJ here is like on this like guilt trip here. Like maybe I'm a bad person. Like how does all this come to light?
Alright.
I don't know. It just makes you
So
wonder
yeah,
in a way, like why they went in this
he was
direction with
going
it.
up.
And,
Yeah. So he was going up on rape charges, was he? The sexual harassment charges or something like that. Like that girl
oh,
was accusing him for rape or something.
yo, I forgot. Like, dude's like, I've been living here for 15 years. That bitch ain't ever coming here. She comes barreling through the wall and rips his arm off and beats him to death with
Uh,
it.
that's fucking sick. I love it.
Blood sucking.
Blood sucking queefs.
I mean, it's a trauma movie. It works. Of course, he dropped the gun.
It's typical. Shit.
Like you can see though, he's like, he's in such a panic ever since he's, discovered this thing. He's like shaking and stuff. So like, I guess it makes sense. But of course, he had to drop it. He had to just drop that gun. Damn, just threw her off the fucking roof. Like, go get your baby.
I know.
Oh my god! And this thing does a fucking perfect swan dive down there. Like, I guess she used the force.
After.
Maybe she's a Jedi. May the queef be with you.
Queefs of thunder.
I think yeah, Pete might be watching the breastfeeding tutorial right now. Maybe if like if they release a Blu-ray, they'll give us that in the deleted scenes or the extras or something, extended scenes, the whole breastfeeding tutorial thing.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, I like how he's like trying to play this off after throwing her off the fucking roof.
Yeah, he's like, "You're gonna be okay. I got you. You're okay."
Ah, you're about to get a fingernail in your eyeballs. Oof. Yeah, turn those
Ooh.
eyeballs into applesauce.
Oh, that was gnarly. He deserved that though.
I know, right? After throwing her off the roof and then trying to be like, well, hey, I was doing that for a reason. So you guys think they're gonna have like a barbarian costume at Halloween Spirit this year? Maybe a barbarian, like
Imagine.
yeah, like an animatronic or something.
Saggy ass titties.
Oh god. It
Like
comes
the
with the two.
makeup looks great.
Comes with a VHS tape of the breastfeeding tutorial.
I bet she's got some nasty queefs.
Oh god. Enough to fucking knock out an army, probably.
Enough to
Yeah,
bag
very
a
abrupt
maggot.
ending though. Very abrupt ending, even though it goes from the credits right back to it.
Yeah.
Weird choice of music,
Yeah.
man.
Second watch. I mean, I liked it more than the first watch for sure.
Yeah, like I mean, this movie really does have its moments. It is like a bit thought provoking in some areas of it. You can see that there's something here, but I don't know what really possessed them to follow through with the ending like this. But whatever, it's overall it's got its moments. I think there's just enough there to give this a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I would give it honestly a 7. Yeah. Before I gave it like a 6.5. I think first time, but yeah, I'd definitely give it a 7.
Twilight new queef, the new queef. Or maybe like instead of Game of Thrones, you have Game of Queefs. And it's just people battling over the smell of the queef. Chester's saying he
That
gives it
seems
a 8 out of
to
10. He's seen it before, but I mean, it seems like most of the people in the chat are probably on the same page with us with it. Like I know I've seen a few people saying they're not really thrilled, or not tonight. I know I've heard people say before when we were talking about this that some people are just not really thrilled with the final act of it. But I just know when I first saw it, and you see that fucking creature bitch in the basement there, and just comes out and kills that guy Keith and everything, and just like what the fuck, dude? Like after that, I was like,
oh
all
yeah.
right, what the fuck else is gonna happen? But it just plays out a little differently than I thought it was. But it's an effective modern horror film. It's just not a perfect one.
That was my initial like reaction to it. I was like, what the fuck when she first came out. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting that at all.
nah, I wasn't either. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was like on the edge of my seat in a way, like almost like
Yeah.
expecting jump scares or like that kind of feeling. Like what the fuck's coming next? But what's the next stream you doing on your channel? I know I did see like you're doing Friday the 13th part two. I think
On
at
the
some point
19th.
on the 19th. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know when I'll
And
be able
then
to join you again, but I'm looking at the wrong section.
on the
Part
7th, Hard Target with
Yeah,
Van Damme, Lance
yeah,
Henriksen.
I'm gonna be like out that night, but I would like probably like later on that night I might be doing American Psycho,
Okay,
but
cool.
I might be able to join you maybe for Friday the 13th part two, or maybe Terrifier or The Purge, one of those like upcoming ones there.
Okay.
Something like that. But I'll just I'll stay in touch with you and let you know what's going on. I just want to see my schedule real quick. Do I have something on the 19th? June 19th or May 19th? May 19th. Alright, I don't have anything for the 19th. And that's Friday the 13th, part two? Alright, I think he froze there. But, alright, I think we're going to go ahead and end this one. Yeah, he's frozen. He's having trouble. But, I just to look at his channel again. I think Friday the 13th is May 19th, and I think that's like a Saturday. Yeah, May 19th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday the 13th, part two. May 19th. What day is that? That is. I think it might be a Saturday or Sunday. Is it? It's a Sunday. All right. So yeah, that'll be on a Sunday night for Friday the 13th, part two. But more than likely, I'll be joining P for that because that is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. Is the second one. I really enjoy that one, and it's not a long one. I think it's like around like the 85-minute mark, and it's such an easy watch, man. Such good kills throughout it, and yeah. I don't know if P can hear. Can you hear me, P?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I can hear you. All right. Yeah, those movies
all right.
aren't long usually, so.
Yeah, I know most of the Friday movies are like about that 80, 90 minute runtime, but I just know the second one's like one of the shortest ones, even though I think it's one of the best ones.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah, I should be able to join you on the 19th for that because I have nothing else going on as of right now. But other than that, I'll just stay in touch with you with moving forward with things.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Just thinking, like, I don't think I've ever done a watch party for part two. I did a watch party with somebody else before. But other than that, like, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that though. It's, we're coming up on the summer season too, which is like, a time of year for camp slashers, like
Yeah.
it's a good excuse to go
Slip
back and watch
away
it.
camp would be some good ones too. Or the
Yeah.
burden.
Yeah, I actually like if you want to like compare the original Friday the 13th to the Burning, I actually give the edge to the Burning. I think that's just
Yeah, so do
slightly
I.
better. Just a little bit better. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
agree.
Both are great
I
slashers,
think
but
it's better by a little.
yeah, like I mean, I'm kind of glad at the same time that they never franchised the Burning. Like, I
No,
mean,
I
they
know.
could have
I'm
probably
glad
had
they
some
just
good
left it
sequels.
as a one and done.
Yeah, like I think they probably could have did with did good with some sequels, but I think by like the fifth movie, that shit would have been, just rammed into the ground. But I'm not a
Yeah.
big sequel person. Usually by the third movie in a franchise, I'm like, all right, done with this. Give me something else. Like I'm tired of this fucking,
Yes,
repetitive shit.
right? Yeah, it's usually always the same formula. If you keep making sequels, and you're bound to end up with shitty sequels. Look at Halloween
Yeah.
and some Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah.
And like when you look back at these like slasher sequels too, like like Friday the 13th franchise is very fun for what it is, but when you go back and you look at these films and you start to realize that these films were only made to make money. The last one
Yeah,
did good at the
exactly.
box office. We got to give them another one. We got to give them another one.
Yeah.
It's so much potential money here. But then when you look at what we're left with, like the actual product of these slasher sequels, and then you know that in your head, like these movies were only made to make money. It wasn't the value. It wasn't, to be a timeless classic. It was all about money. It's kind of sad in a way.
Greedy fox.
Yeah. But I mean, there's times where I try to dive into some franchises, and that's like one of the first things I see. I'm just like, wow, this thing was obviously just a moneymaker. That's all this was. They didn't care how it turned out.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a shame,
As
but
long as they were getting money.
yeah, it's just the way
It
things work.
is. It really is.
But yeah, I'm good to end this whenever you want to. But yeah, what am I doing again? Friday? Yeah, Friday we're gonna do American Psycho on my channel. I know you're doing something at like 10 o'clock, but I'll be doing something later that night. And then the next day we'll be watching Over the Edge, which will be the 45th anniversary on Texas's channel.
Okay. Cool. I've never seen that movie, so
Yeah, it's it was a first time watch for me like a couple weeks ago. I picked it up on Blu-ray. Texas recommended
mhm.
it. And it is like a drama coming of age type of movie, which is like,
Okay.
kids just doing whatever the fuck they want in that late 70s kind of era. But there's something drastic happens throughout the movie from where it's like kind of like things are like kind of easy going, and then once somebody dies in the movie, it's like oh, the tone of the movie goes from kind of being like casually serious to dead serious. It's like it's really cool to see how the movie kind of turns like that. It's like wow, this movie just got serious as shit, man. But
Yeah.
I was really surprised with it. I was surprised I never like initially saw that movie when it first came in. I mean, well, I wasn't even born yet, but I was surprised I didn't see that movie when I was growing up. Like I didn't see it till now, but it's a pretty good movie though. It's got a very young Matt Dillon in it too. Really young in that
Oh,
movie.
really?
Oh man, his wardrobe is
Okay.
rough in that movie.
Yeah,
He's got
I
like
like
tight jeans on and
I
like
like
a
Matt
half
Dillon.
cut t-shirt.
Yeah,
But all right,
what night are you doing that?
Saturday, this Saturday, that'll be May 18th at the
Okay.
usual time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think you're like an hour difference from me.
Yeah. Good morning, Fanta Black. Yeah, time zones, yeah. Damn, man. It's
Yeah, time
yeah, it's
zones are really
1:14
fucking
here.
annoying. Oh, hello there, Vanta Black. What's up?
So yeah, also watching Seven on the 21st.
What is it?
If you got something going. Seven.
7. You know what? I might be able to join you for that too. I gotta really like talk to Texas though, because I know he wants to do something else on his channel besides Saturday. But as of
What?
right now, just to like be on the safe side, like it looks like like Friday the 13th part 2. I'll join you for that, and
Okay.
I'll just play it by ear with everything else and let you know what's going on. But I know he wants, or Texas wants to. I think he wants to schedule something else for like the coming week, so I'll just see what he lands on and then see what's open for me. Because
Yeah,
like I
sounds
know
good.
between like you and me, and then Texas, and then anybody else who does these type of streams, it can be a lot to keep up with, and I hate telling somebody I'm gonna yeah, I'll join in, and next you know it, I get myself backed in the corner and I can't show up. I just hate telling people one thing and then I can't show up, and I just, tell somebody one thing and then do another. It's just something I don't like doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty understanding when it comes to shit like that. I don't get like all pissed off or anything. I mean, shit
Yeah,
happens.
it's
Shit comes up. That's just life, you
yeah.
know.
I mean, we're all like doing the same things except for we do different movies. We all have our own personalities. That's where I think the difference is with doing the same things really with streams. And our streams
Yeah,
are just they're gonna collide with people sometimes. And it
hmm
just is what it is, man.
exactly.
It's And to be like, yo, what the fuck, man? I own this night. It's like, fucking planet do you live on, man? Like, like, get real, man.
Yeah,
But, like, yeah, to be like that is just completely absurd. But obviously,
no, it really is. Yeah,
some people are like
you
that,
took my
apparently.
time slot.
Yeah, it just is what it is, man. But, overall, I'm just glad that, like we all have viewers, like people like to show up in the chat. Some streams do good, some don't. And, it's another
Yeah,
thing. I think, what it really comes down to too, like with these like watch parties, let your subscribers decide on which one that they want to land on, what stream they want to land on. Like, let's
hmm
say you and I are streaming on the same night, but we're doing a different movie. All right, let the subscriber pick one of the two. They're probably going to pick the one movie that they favor more, which is completely
hmm
understandable. Like, who's going to be like,
Oh yeah,
I really like this movie, but I'm going to join this stream just to support this person, even though I don't like the movie? That's kind of stupid.
it is. Yeah, I agree.
But,
You're not
that's
wrong.
there's too many people is what it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's just a lot of people, it's just thousands of people to deal with on here, and just to not have that kind of like rational thinking and consideration of other channels and stuff. It's I mean, there's times where like put it this way, like the streams I like. Let's say if I'm about to do a hangout stream or something, which is whatever, really. That stream's just to hang out and do whatever. But I'm not going to run a
Yeah,
hangout stream when I know somebody else I know is doing a watch party at the same time. For me, like, all right, this hangout stream can happen at any other time. I'm not going to have that run into somebody else's stream that looks a little bit more important than mine. But if I already have like a watch party scheduled, and let's say it's like for like an anniversary, like that's the reason why we're doing it because that's the day of the anniversary, then I just got to
mm,
do what I got to do, and I'm just going to do it. That's it. You just do what you got to do. And at the same time, I think most subscribers really are good at bouncing back and forth too. They're going to see a
yeah.
couple channels
They
at
come
some
and
point. Like,
go.
I'm subscribed to both of these people. I
Back and
like both of
forth.
these people, and they're just going to, spend a few minutes in one stream and then bounce to the other. Nothing wrong with that. And if
That's
anything,
perfectly fine.
yeah, and like if anything, it actually makes the view numbers go up, which I don't really give a shit about. But I'm just saying, there's something to benefit from that.
I didn't know that, but okay.
Well, you think like, every time you jump out of a stream, and then if you jump back in,
It'll come back.
that adds
Right.
another view. That should add. But then again, YouTube is very weird and glitchy with its numbers. Like, there's times where
Oh
like I
yeah,
check numbers on things and I go back and I'm like, what happened to that 1,000 view thing? Like it just disappeared. And that's why sometimes I'm
yeah.
like, I can't even take these numbers seriously because the number never stays
No.
on what it should be, or it was a big number one day and then now it's less. Like what happened?
Yeah.
But I see
It's
shit like
fucked
that
up.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird, eh? I noticed
Yeah,
that too. Like with likes or something. Like if your video or your stream's getting likes, and then it goes down and then goes back up. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, dude. Like actually, I remember there's forget exactly what stream it was, but I remember it had like well over like 500 views on it. Okay, that's a good number. But then like I checked it another time and it was like 73, and I was like, what the fuck happened?
What?
Like, do I need to reload the page? Like, am I reading something wrong here? Because it's like I just checked this multiple times and now the number's different. Just doesn't make sense.
Has this ever happened to you? Like you don't get like a copy right on your video, and then like a few days later you got one. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, that happens. Like, uh, that actually happens more often than usual. But I mean, like, I know, like, putting that disclaimer in the beginning is only important for the person that owns it, that can claim it. So when they see that,
Right.
they should understand that it's being used for just entertainment value. And
Yeah.
that's why I always put it in the description. Like, I kind of just stopped taking that 5 seconds
I
out to
stopped
put that
doing that.
disclaimer in there. So now I just put it in the
Yeah.
description because if it's really bothering the person that owns it, and they want to really go through it and figure it out, they should be able to realize that okay, he put the copyright thing in there. He's not trying to steal it. He's just using it. That's all we do with
Yeah.
this stuff. Really, it's not like we're trying to claim it and
No, I
keep this
know.
stuff. But
Exactly.
sometimes, like, I
Uh,
mean, what was it? The we did a stream for Intruder, and it's partially blocked because we ran a
oh,
Star Wars trailer for May the 4th. In that
oh,
trailer
they
to
don't
let
like
people
that.
know that we were going to be doing a stream on Texas's channel. And the person that owned the footage got salty and claimed it. So therefore, that stream can only be viewed by some people. It's like partially blocked. And it's like, come on, dude. You can see that it's not a Star Wars stream. You can see I'm not trying to steal it. Like, but some people,
Yeah.
no, I own that. I gotta fucking claim that shit. Fuck you. Like, I just don't get it, man.
Yeah,
But
there's
it really sucks
a,
too.
a
Like when you
lot of
put
weird
in that
shit like
time
that.
and work, you put in all that time and work, and even like the video work of finding the footage, downloading it, cutting it all together, just to have it
Hmm.
claimed by somebody else. It's like, wow, what a waste.
It's true, yeah. It is.
But that's life on YouTube. Just is what it is. But it is like pretty discouraging when you're like, I just put in all this work to find all this shit. And I took time out to edit it and cut all this stuff, and now it's
Yeah,
all
and
gone.
they partially block it. It's like, fuck,
Yeah.
man. It took me like a while to do that. And now
Yeah.
at least some
It's,
viewers can view it.
yeah, like you worked
Yeah,
on it, and then when you were done, you might have watched it in full and was like, "Wow, that turned out pretty well." And then when you go and do it, it's like, "No, shut down. No, no fun for you." It's like, "Oh God, I want to punch somebody." But you know what? I'm kind of getting used to that though, in a way. Like I'm just like, I kind of look at him just like, like I get like mad for a second. I'm like, all right, what's the point of being mad? You gotta get used to that
yeah.
shit, man.
Vanna says it's such a cool community. It is, yeah. If you get like a good bunch of people, it like the people that come into Sean and Texas stream and mine, like you guys are great, man. Like the people in this community, coming into our streams, they're great. I love them.
I mean, like, I'll just say this: like, the main motivation of why I do my streams really is really to hang out with Juno in Texas. But over
Yeah,
time, when you interact with the chat and everything, you start to realize how much. All right, maybe they're not doing the same things that you're doing and everything, and that's perfectly fine. But they really contribute a lot to the chat, and it brings up good questions that'll be on
hmm,
topic with things. And I mean, there's a lot of good sense of humor in the comments too, and you just never know what you're going to get with the chat. It's really like a mixed
that's
bag,
true.
and it always turns out to be good. And overall, that everybody that's there to contribute in the chat really just enhances a stream like that. So yeah, it is about hanging out with like Juno in Texas, or even like when I stream with you, it's about hanging out with you, but interacting with the chat. Like if we didn't have the chat there, it would probably be a little boring, just a little bit without them, like. But yeah,
Yeah, I
the
hear
chat
you.
and everybody, the subscribers and everything are obviously a big part of that, which helps me stay motivated. It also keeps me like motivated to a point where I'm like, all right, I got to try to pick movies that people really, want to see and stuff. That's another. I always try to. I know I'm like, in a way, like I guess you could say, like I do pick a lot of like mainstream films, but like I've tried doing a lot of like I mean, maybe not a lot, but like I've tried doing some lesser known films before, and it seems like no one really shows up, and that's perfectly fine. If you don't know the movie, you're not going to show up, but I get better. I guess you could say, like, attention and reactions and stuff, and more people on those bigger known movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Child's Play. Those are the bigger movies, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually you're going to run out of those bigger films. And you're going to have to focus on something. And there's so many movies out there, man. I mean, there's so many movies to
Oh
a point
yeah.
where there's no way you're going to be able to
Tons.
cover them all.
Fuck no.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, we all like
Yeah,
more
I
than a
like
thousand movies.
oh for sure. Yeah, I like covering some movies that some people don't watch very often, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that
like
just
doing
might
that.
be less popular with some people, but you just never know what's going to hit. Like, for instance, I remember we did Leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day. I thought it
Yeah.
was just going to be a regular stream. I go back and check it. It's like 35 likes, well over 500 views. I'm like, damn, fucking people love the Leprechaun. That's just what
Oh,
it
you'd
is.
be
Like, people have fun
surprised.
with those movies.
They do, yeah. You might not like them, but other people do. Like a lot of other people do, I find. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it's the franchise is a mixed bag for me, really. But I
Yeah,
sometimes I will just forget why some people
mixed
really
bag of
like.
dicks.
But like, you know what else I noticed too? Like, whenever I do a Wes Craven movie, that seems to make
Yeah,
people come out of the woodwork. Like, I don't know. It's just every time I do a Wes Craven movie, it's always like there's a lot of people. You know, it's just like wow. Like, just you never know what's gonna hit, man. It's you can't underestimate something. You just got to do it. And just have your fun, and
yeah. And
the
just see
chat's
how it
there to
goes. You know?
yeah, the chat's just there to to add to it. It just enhances everything. But I mean, like I don't.
Yeah, I have a
I mean,
blast
like, I
doing these
almost do like
streams.
2 of these a week. Like I don't feel burned out on it. I think the one thing that keeps me from being burned out on is the fact that we're on a different movie every time. But I mean, I
Yeah,
know eventually, like I've been
I
doing
understand.
this. I think I'm coming up on like a year now, actually. Like I started like it was around Memorial Day weekend last year is when I really started doing this. But eventually it's going to get a bit
Okay.
repetitive. It's kind of going to run its course. So eventually I'm going to have to like do something different with the watch parties or just do some other different streams with the watch parties too. Watch party here and
Hmm.
there and then other streams. Eventually I'm going to have to change it up so things just aren't so repetitive. And that is really a challenge in
Yeah, yeah,
itself too, to keep your viewers entertained.
yeah, for
But I mean,
sure.
there's definitely nothing wrong with watch parties, but when you keep doing them and like months go into years, eventually you gotta change it up. You can't keep doing the same shit all
Yeah,
the
you gotta.
time.
Yeah, you gotta switch it up. Yeah, for sure.
But to come up with that creativeness to do something different, that is challenging. To be
It
creative and
can be. Yeah.
come up with something a bit original or just something different. That's a real, really the hard part right there.
It's something that's gonna get like people's attention as well, too, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I always shoot for that, but like I mean, like I would say when I first started doing these, like I would look at numbers and be like, well, like, it seems like not too many people care. But as the months, or like the weeks and months go along, you start building up more viewers, and but like everybody's got a different journey on here too. Like some people have a bit more attention than some other people. I don't know why that really happens. I guess it comes down to your personality too. I guess that's got to be a big
I,
part. Some people are
yeah, I
attracted to
would say
certain
that plays a.
personalities on here. There's just a lot that goes into this. There really is. There's a lot to take into account and consider of why things turn out the way they do.
Yeah, I'd say that plays a big part, definitely. The
But
personality. Yeah. I
but
I
like
just try to be like authentic, my like authentic self every time. You know.
yeah. I know with me, like, what you see is what you get. Like I'm no different than I am of when I hit stop on record. Like I'm still the same person. Like I just, like
Yeah.
I only know
Me
how I
too.
only know how to be one way, and that's myself. I don't know how to be somebody else. I don't know how to do
Like,
that.
yeah,
There is some people like that
exactly.
though.
I'm
There
the
are
same way.
people that will give you something, and in reality, that's not really them.
I'm not fake as fuck. Like,
Yeah, but see,
I
I
don't
don't.
try to pretend to be someone I'm not. I always, I don't
Yeah.
know,
That's probably another
always
reason why I
be
like
who I
hanging out with you
am.
so much. You keep it real. You don't sugarcoat nothing. You don't tell me what I want to hear. You're just yourself, and
Oh
you're not
man,
afraid to be yourself.
no man, definitely not. Being honest,
But
I like the cheesy, obscure, unknown movies. Yeah, hell yeah, most of them. Yeah.
well, I think it's important to have some kind of like some kind of likeness to stuff like that. Because how long can you watch the same mainstream stuff? You need something
Oh
like
yeah, it
okay,
gets boring.
like okay, like like you can only watch so much of the mainstream stuff. You still want to watch horror, but you want to watch a different level of it. That's when you go with the low budget stuff, or
Yeah.
like I mean,
And, and,
like
and
even like trauma movies. Like I'm not big on trauma movies, but sometimes you catch one and it's like, wow, this fucking movie's wild as shit. Actually, like,
yeah, like
but
how you were just saying, with trauma movies. Yeah, like I haven't really seen over a lot of them. Like what, like Last House on the Left, like I Spit on Your Grave, those type films. Mother's Day, you watched that one recently. Yeah, that one's a good one. Yeah, there's a few
yeah.
of them that I end up liking, but yeah, I haven't really seen a whole lot of those.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, Fanta Black. We will see you in the next one. But yo, I gotta ask you, have you ever seen Street Trash before?
Street Trash? No.
You never seen Street Trash?
No.
Oh my god.
Sounds
I, I
sounds good.
I gotta
I'll have
set
to
that up.
watch
I gotta like, dude. It's like it's really up there as like one of my favorite guilty pleasures. But it's like
it.
it's.
Okay.
It came out in the late '80s when there was like a brief time in the late '80s where like melting movies were kind of a thing, like where it was like slime type movies where like or like discoloration and blood where like anyone's blood could be like any color on the rainbow. It's kind of hard to
Cool.
describe. Like you had like a movie called Slime
Sort of like
City.
Dead
You also
Alive,
had
like that one. One
yeah,
of
like
those.
well, like over excessive with gore and like prosthetics and special effects. Yeah, but like Street Trash is about a city of bums that lives in New York. And they
Okay.
go to the same liquor store every day, trying to, like steal and shoplift whatever they can. And the liquor store owner finds in the back of the store one day, he finds this old liquor called Tenafly Viper. So he puts it out on the front counter as like an impulse buy, dollar a bottle. So the bums are coming in and buying it. But for some reason, when the bums start drinking it, they melt. Like their bodies start melting, and like their bloodstreams start turning like different colors. Like the bloodstream might be
Oh
like
shit.
blue, yellow, red, orange. It doesn't matter, but they all melt down into like a pile of crap, and they're all drinking this Tenafly Viper, and they can't figure out why people are melting and stuff. And it's just really off the wall, absurd things going on throughout it. There's like one instance where this black guy walks into a supermarket and starts shoplifting. Like he's shoplifting to a point where like he's sticking full chickens down his pant legs, and he gets accused of like stealing. And the black guy like accusing him, he's also black. He's the store manager, and he's like accusing him of being like racist, even though he's black too. It's just a lot of like absurd situations going on throughout this movie, and it's on no
Damn.
level at all a good movie, but it's just so fun and it provides good laughs. And I
Sounds
understand why
wild.
some people hate the movie because they're probably just not the type of people to have that kind of sense of humor. But I can understand
Yeah.
why some people are turned off by it. But I just know the first time I saw that movie, like the next day, I had stomach pains, like from laughing so fucking hard at what I was saying. But like I
Damn.
think like
Man, I
I
gotta
really want
watch
to do a watch party for it anyway. So like I think I got to try to get that scheduled at some point throughout the summer because I think you would have a good time with
it. Yeah,
that
dude.
movie. Just a lot of bizarre shit happening in that movie. So it's basically about bums that are drinking this liquor. They all start melting, and that's the mystery throughout. It's like, oh man, look at what's his name drank the shit and he melted too. And just, I mean, at one point, this one bum gets a bottle, like he gets a hold of a bottle, and he goes back to where like he's like sleeping, which is like an abandoned house with like no real roofs or walls, and like he's sitting on a toilet and he drinks the Viper and then he starts melting into the toilet. It's such a cool scene to see how they executed that.
That
But
sounds
like I
awesome, to be
mean,
honest.
like generally I
I'm kind
wouldn't
of
land
excited to
on
watch
movies
it.
like that. I would rather watch a more serious movie, but sometimes I get in the mood for the goofball ones, and Street Trash is
Yeah,
it's a
nothing
fun
wrong with
one,
that.
man.
Sounds good. Like sounds like something I would like. Like
I
just to
think you
laugh
would
at.
like just just getting to know you and like your sense of humor and stuff. I think you would find like fun value in that one. It's not very long either. I think it's like just shy of like 85 minutes, so
Okay.
it's definitely some there's enough level of like sense of humor in that shit to give you some good laughs though. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here in a minute, though, and I'll just stay in
Yeah.
touch with you.
Yeah. Sounds good, man.
But yeah, I should be able to join you for Friday the 13th part two.
Right on. That's a fun movie. They all are really. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, like at this point, like looking at the whole Friday franchise, the only one I had trouble rewatching, which is probably the last on my list when I rank them, is Jason Takes Manhattan. It's just a tough watch for me just to take it
It
seriously with the
is.
way the
It
movie
is.
is, and most of the time Jason's on a boat, and it's like he does next to nothing in the movie. It's just I don't know. It's just always been a bottom of the barrel movie, but I think
Yeah.
that the whole
Absolutely.
franchise, like even like when it when they don't become Paramount movies anymore, which is actually after that one, after the eighth one.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, like when I was growing up with Jason Goes to Hell, it was exciting at 10 years old to get a new Jason movie. So, like, that's like, I didn't see the movie yet and I was already excited, like, oh, we got a new Friday movie coming out. And when I saw it, I was just like, I don't even know how to take all this in right now, but I still love the fact that we got a new Friday movie. I'm only 10 years old here. Like, but that's why I still enjoy Jason Goes to Hell. It's fucking stupid and ridiculous, but it's still
It
fun.
is. Yeah. But it's fun watch. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, the rest of the franchise, I always felt like had, pretty good characters in it, likable characters, fun kills. I mean, like one of my favorite kills is actually in the seventh one. When that girl Melissa's like, "Well, fuck you guys too. I'm out of
Oh, he
here."
gets the
Whatever. She
axe
goes
in
to
her
open the
head and
door,
like
and he's
throws
right
her
there.
in
Yeah,
the
he
ring.
buries that axe into her face and throws her behind the TV. Like,
Yeah.
and she's such a hateful character. Like there's no way you can like her as a person. And so when you
No.
see her die, it's
So
so
so you're like
satisfying.
cheering for her to die.
Yeah, like that's she's a bitch throughout the movie. She's asking for it. So when she does get knocked off, it's very satisfying.
Yeah.
But like that's definitely
I
like
know every time I see it, I'm always like, fuck yeah.
yeah, it's
Ye-
but like for like a kill that late in the franchise, a seventh movie to be one of my favorites. You know what I mean? That kind of says a lot. Like I mean, if it's one of my favorite kills is not to like the seventh movie, like how much do I like the other ones? I like the other ones a lot too.
Yeah. Chester says
But
they should have called Friday 13th Part 9 Jason Goes to Hell. It is Jason Goes to Hell, right?
Jason goes to fucking Vancouver. Jason goes to Vancouver.
That's
Yeah, that movie's just, I don't know. It's got to be bottom of the barrel, hell of that franchise. I think it's got to hit last. Jason Takes Manhattan. I hate that fucking movie. But it's funny. I remember when I was a kid and that trailer came out and I was watching it. It like automatically freaked me out that I was like, whoa, Jason, like he can get to the city now. I live in the city. Like, he's gonna get me. Like, I got that in my head as a kid. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, he's not just confined to the woods. He found his way to the city. Like, that means he's gonna get me now. Like,
oh shit.
used to really think that when I was a kid. Like, oh my fucking god, I'm done. That's another fun thing about being like a fan of horror movies, like growing up with them as a kid and everything, like how you would take the shit seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Oh
We
man.
would go camping every summer, and yeah, like after watching them, I would always be like, "Is Jason stalking us? Is he gonna get us?" All
Yeah,
the
that
time.
shit really plays into your head, you know. Like that's another reason why my parents really weren't down with me watching horror movies, because I would end up like having nightmares, and they'd be like, "Well, you know, I'm not gonna stay up all night with you having nightmares. You got to stop watching these movies and stuff." Because I used to have legit
The only,
nightmares about Freddy Krueger. Like I used to like, you know, I used to think
oh
he was
really?
real, man. I really thought that guy was real, man.
Yeah. See,
But
my
sometimes.
my parents never cared if we watched horror movies, but the only movie my mom ever like draw the line at was Natural Born Killers. I was like, really? That's where you draw the line?
It's a little understandable, but all right,
It
that's the
is, but
breaking
it's
point, though. Is like, really, like, how come, like, 10 years ago wasn't, the breaking point?
yeah,
But you know what else is kind of funny, too? Like, yeah, my parents were not down with me and my brother watching horror movies, but it's not like they were ever like, okay, go watch TV, but you can't put on horror movies, because we would still find them on TV. And then my mom would
yeah,
sometimes come out and be like, "What are you guys laughing at?" And she'd be like, "Oh, you're watching a horror movie again. You can't watch it." She'd walk out of the room and be like, "All right, put it right back on again. Like, no big deal." But like another thing that was helpful was, I had a sister that was 10 years older than me. And like
oh yeah,
by the time I was like 10 years old, she was just, like, she was over like 18. So she could actually go to the store and rent the movies for me and my brother. So like that's another reason why it was like easy for me to access horror movies. Cause she would always be like, she understood that if she rented a horror movie for me and my brother, that would keep us quiet. And she knew that if we didn't have a horror movie, more than likely it would be a pain in the ass for the night. So she'd be like, "All right, tell
yeah.
me what movie you want. I'll try to find it. If not, I'll get something else for you." So she always came home with something. But
That's
that's
cool.
she understood that that's the thing that kept us cool, calm, and quiet was a horror movie. But like like
Uh,
my dad wasn't, he wasn't down with us watching horror movies. But if there was a war movie on TV, that's okay. Okay,
yeah,
we can watch people getting blown up and shot left and right. But no, I can't watch Freddy Krueger stab somebody. Like never understood that.
Texas. Jason smokes a bowl.
Friday the 13th, part 9. Jason smokes a bowl. He's got like a bong hooked
Have you
up to his
seen
mouth.
the fan films like Never Hike Alone and those films?
I've seen the trailer for Never Hike Alone. I know that's like the snowy atmosphere fan film, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, there's three of them. I think Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Snow, and there was a
Alright.
newer one that came out last year. I watched
See, I'm not
the
a big
first one and
fan
then
of
this.
like the fan made stuff. I don't really like. Like, I mean, I will
No,
watch the stuff.
I don't
I
either.
can, like, I mean, like, yeah, I can watch the fan made stuff. I can watch it, but I can't really say that there's ever been a time where I'm like, I'm in the mood for fan made shit. Like, I mean, I'll just watch it because, like, most of the time it's
I
on
know.
YouTube and people are like
Yeah,
talking about it. So, like, I'll, take a peek at it or whatever. I'll watch some of it,
yeah,
but a lot of fan made stuff doesn't do a whole lot for me. But it is still cool to see what some of these fans are able to come up with and get done too.
it is. Yeah, but yeah, I'm like you. Like I don't go out of my way to watch them, but if they come up on YouTube or someone suggests as one to watch, I will. But yeah, like It's Me, Billy, I thought was pretty good, and that Freddy Krueger one there, Dylan's New Nightmare, I thought was pretty good too. But other than that, yeah, I usually don't watch them, but shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's so many like
Um,
Halloween ones. It's just fucking ridiculous. And you watch them, and some of them are so bad, like so bad. Anyways,
See, like that's another thing too. Like the fan made stuff can almost like make you like I don't know. In a way, it could like ruin things for you sometimes. Like I don't know.
yeah, it could.
Depends on how serious you take that shit, I guess. But I just can't rely on a lot of the fan made stuff. And unfortunately, they got to make this stuff cheap. That's how they're able to do it in the first place. But that's usually the deal breaker, like how something doesn't look right, and I don't know. These people are trying their best to be top tier acting and stuff, and it just sometimes that can like just knock the wind out of the sail for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I mean, I've seen like, like fans try to do like their own like Star Wars movies. Like that stuff can be like,
Oh, really?
irritating sometimes.
I seen this one guy do Ghostbusters. It actually looked alright. Like it looked decent,
Yeah, I guess if
but
you get like the proton laser pack shots, if you get that effects down
yeah.
somehow, but I don't know.
Chester says Dave did a great job as Freddy in Dylan's New Nightmare. Yeah, I thought so too. So it
I
can be
don't think I've
done.
seen it.
If you get a good person to play Freddy, it can be done. Yeah, you don't need Robert England all the time, even though he's like the OG. Man,
Or even if you
he's a
use like a
legend. But
certain, like let's say if you have like an accurate looking Freddy, or maybe all right, maybe it's not that accurate, and you know that, but maybe you get like a certain type of lighting on it where like it's kind of
mm,
hiding his face and the voice is down pat, then yeah, you might be able to work with something there. But I mean, I guess mostly with fan made stuff, you're making the movie. It's your movie. It's just got to be good enough for you, really, and take the criticism for what it is from there on.
yeah, see, I would rather like do a couple short films. I wouldn't want to do a fan film. I don't think. No,
Yeah,
like come up with your own concepts would be pretty cool.
yeah. Like I think it'd be cool
Try
to
to
do
make
something
like
like
a
that with like like anthology shit. Like you keep doing
yeah,
shorts or like run on like
fuck
Tales
yeah,
from the Crypt stories in a way. You could do like your
hell yeah.
homemade shorts in like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be like the way I would go with it, like an anthology for sure. Get
Yeah,
like
short
three or four
stories. That's what makes
stories.
anthologies work so well. The fact that you can like compact like 5 or 6 stories into one movie or something that are, about like 20 minutes long or something if you're doing, homemade shit. But like typically like a anthology story is about like 25 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, usually.
Like I know like the original Creep Show is 5 stories in 2 hours. And I know the first
Hmm.
story is only like 17 minutes, the Father's Day one, whereas like the rest of the
Oh, is it?
stories they're like a bit longer. So the Father's Day segment's the shortest one. I think it's about like 17 minutes long.
Yeah, the crate is the longest one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite story. So vicious, man, with that fucking effects
Oh, it's
work.
awesome.
Like when he's like telling that one kid, he's like, "Oh, go in there." He's like, goes in there, the flashlight, he fucking slashes the shit out of him, bites the side of his neck.
Yeah.
um, yeah.
I love when he like lures Billy in there to kill her.
Yeah, he just tell it to call you Billy.
Oh, I love
Adrian
that movie.
Barbeau is like, she's really good
Yeah.
at playing a fucking stuck up bitch in that fucking movie, man.
Right. Yeah, she was great in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like, when he has that that vision of him shooting her in the fucking head.
Yeah, and the crowd's like golf clapping, like hell of a shot, like bullseye. That's actually George A. Romero's wife in that scene too, where she, like you hear the lady say
Oh,
bullseye. That's his wife. Actually, his wife's like in that scene.
I
She's like
didn't know
bullseye.
that. Oh, that's cool. Alright,
Yeah.
I should probably get off now. My phone's gonna die here. But
Yeah, I gotta get going here myself. But yeah, I'll stay in touch with you and we'll figure out the next one. But as of right now, it'll probably be Friday the 13th, part 2 on the 19th.
yeah, sounds good.
So
Alright,
yeah,
then have a
I'll
good night.
definitely yeah, I'll stay in touch with you, just take care, be safe, and yeah, I'll talk to you again soon.
Alright, bye.
All right. Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.